The Rawlins High School football team can set a record this year, though not the kind they'd want to. The Outlaws have lost 31 straight games, including 3 winless seasons, and with 4 more will draw even with the record set by Grable in 1982. When practice started last week, the Outlaws opened their campaign to keep that from happening.
That's better, Palmer. Nice catch, Isaac.
Perhaps the most important cog in keeping Rawlins out of the record book and instead in the playoff hunt is sophomore signal caller Jalen Krening. The dual-threat quarterback is in line to replace graduate Kyle Barris after his primary competition for the role, senior Isaiah Jefferson, elected to catch balls instead of throw them as a slot receiver. Jalen, what do you think? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah?
Nervous, but yeah, I'm ready.
I mean, we both learn from each other still. We still do drills together. And, I mean, we both know just as much as the other. We learn from each other, which is a great thing. We make pretty good quarterbacks together, and it's fun. So.
Yeah.
You're at your book.
You think this?
Margin 3.
You think this offense is going to be pretty good once you get it going?
Yeah, I definitely think so.
What do you think of Jalen as far as how he's coming along and how he can run an offense?
You know, at camp, he does a great job. He's got all the skills to do it. What we're working on with him is just being mature, stepping in, taking control of the huddle, and knowing what's going on with everything.
You seem pretty confident in what Jalen can bring to the table as a quarterback, but does it hurt a little bit whenever you don't have as many up for the job, like you lose Tristan and Isaiah?
Well, and you know that's the good thing with having Isaiah take reps as well, because you know if he doesn't feel like he's being pushed, then Isaiah can start getting reps as well, and so there might not be a quarterback battle per se, but there's always the chance of losing reps. So.
Krening showed some of what his coach was looking for at the Outlaws' red and white scrimmage on Saturday, scrambling out of the pocket when needed, including a long run that would have been a touchdown had the exhibition been scored. Overall, the blocking, something the Outlaws couldn't nail down a season ago, was sound, but there clearly were some kinks to be figured out in the passing offense.
He did a pretty good job. Again, we mixed up the line, the younger guys and the older guys, so he did a good job rolling out. Still working on some of the reads, and then when you mix in some of the younger receivers in with the varsity receivers, it kind of changes a lot of the timing on things as well. So he did a good job on all of his passes and his reads coming down to it. And so overall, pretty good. I'm happy with his performance today.
Yeah, he had a few where he missed some receivers, and he had a few receivers drop some stuff. Is that something you guys are gonna get cleaned up by the time Glenrock comes?
Yeah, that'll be cleaned up. And again, a lot of that is a lot of the time is affected when we mix in young receivers with the route combinations, and they're not always throwing with the same group every time. And so when you're mixing them all in together, you kind of mess up that route timing and when things open up.
Yeah.
And so that was a big part of some of them being overthrown and some of them being underthrown.
Yeah.
And then that's why we do the red-white scrimmages, to kind of get them a game feeling and get those jitters out a little bit before the real scrimmage.
I felt pretty good. I had a couple throws that I should have converted, but I mean, our line looked good, our running game looked good, our defense looked pretty good, so we should be pretty solid.
How comfortable did you feel?
Pretty comfortable. I feel my line's great. I average 300 pounds every lineman, so I feel pretty comfortable.
That helps. It's a little more than you had last year, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What do you think you need to work on most out there?
Leadership. I just need to step up, and I'm kind of quiet. I just kind of go along with my business, but I need to be loud and encourage my team more and be a leader.